Welcome to part 2 of the video talking or simplifying taxation for businesses and startups. In part 1 of this video, we talked about the 5 essential taxes that every single business needs to know about regardless of your niche, regardless of what industry you're in. And they were company income tax, value-added tax, withholding tax, pay as you earn, and personal income tax. If you didn't catch that, please make sure to go to the other video and watch it, but that's not what we're talking about today. In this video, I'm going to tell you the common tax mistakes that companies, businesses, startups, sole proprietors, whatever, whether big or small, the common mistakes that they make and how to avoid them. And I will also tell you the certain strategies to implement in your business so that you can maximize tax incentive whenever and wherever you can. Getting straight to it, what are the common tax mistakes that companies and businesses make? Number one is thinking you're too small for taxes or you're too small to worry about taxes. Yes, I understand that certain businesses that make less than 25 million naira annually are exempt from paying company income tax. But that does not mean that you are exempt from other taxes. And that does not also mean that you should not file your taxes. Whether or not you're filing 0 or you're filing for 29 million naira does not matter. File your taxes. You are not too small for taxes. Number 2 is ignoring value-added taxes until it's too late. Now, if you say, oh, I'm not, I'm exempt from paying company income tax, and you think that that's the only tax that you are exempt from or that you are not meant to pay, then you are very, very wrong. Because if you registered your business even in December 2024, because we're in March 2025 now, and even if you register your business in December 2024, you are already right now owing 3 months of VAT, December, January, and February, because VAT is supposed to be paid the 21st of every single month. So make sure that you do not ignore your VAT. Take appropriate records of all your expenses and incomings and outflows for the month so that you can adequately tally up your VAT and file them month through month. Even if you didn't spend anything, even if you didn't, buy anything or sell anything, just keep adequate records of it and file nil if you have 0 naira on your expenditures and incoming. File nil is better than ignoring it or just leaving it. 3 is not keeping proper records. Now, this is why it's very important that you have a business bank account separate from your personal bank account, because that way you can keep adequate records. That way you can look at it holistically and say, yes, this is my business bank account, so every single money that came in or every single money that went out was exclusively for my business, and that way you can tally it up appropriately without getting any numbers mixed up, and you can keep adequate and proper records so that there is 0 confusion when filing begins. Mistake number 5 is poor tax planning. Again, do not operate informally. Do not operate, oh, I'm a small business, so tax doesn't apply to me, and because of that, you now operate informally. You don't properly file your taxes. You don't properly keep records. You don't properly do the things that you are supposed to do because you think whatever it is that you think. Trust me, it's irrelevant. By the time those penalties hit you, all of those things you thought were reasons will quickly turn into excuses, very quickly. And then you'd have to pay those taxes anyways. So please, keep proper records, file your taxes on time, and ensure that you plan your taxes adequately. Now that you know the common tax mistakes that businesses make and how to avoid them, let's move on to the tax strategies that you need to implement to stay compliant, or at least to ensure the ease of compliance for your business. Number 1, take advantage of tax incentives and exemptions. Now, the very most popular exemption is corporate income tax for companies that make less than 25 million. They are subject to 0% corporate income tax. Free, nothing, nada. We know that one. Now, there are other incentives. You can apply for pioneer status. Pioneer status grants you 5 years of 0 taxation, literally. So you can apply for that, and if you qualify, then you have 5 years of not paying taxes. You need to file still, but not paying any taxes. That's one. 2, you can also have the Startup Act, the Nigerian Startup Act has several tax incentives that you can take advantage of. Bank of Industry also has several tax incentives that you can also take advantage of. So the more you research, again, based on your industry and generally, the more you research, the more incentives you might find and the more loopholes you might find that are actually legal, number 1. And number 2, beneficial for your business to take advantage of. Tax strategy number 2 is to deduct your business expenses properly. We hear this all the time where people have business expenses, or they call them allowable expenses, and we also have those things in Nigeria. What are some of the allowable expenses? These are expenses that actively went into the improvement or the operations of your business. Example, rent. Example, equipment, or even sometimes paying staff, or paying gratuity, or doing whatever. Really, anything that aided in the operation or in the management of your business can be categorized as an allowable expense. And most people don't know this, but you can take full advantage of these allowable expenses and deduct them from your annual revenue. When you deduct them from the revenue, you would find that the taxable income becomes smaller. So deduct your allowable expenses properly. Tax strategy number 3 is to structure your business for tax maximization. Now, if you find, or if you decide that Nigeria is not the most tax efficient country for you to have your business in, then no problem. You can register in a country that operates a territorial tax system. That means they only tax the income that is made or generated within their country, and not necessarily the income that is made or generated out of their country. States or countries like the Cayman Islands, the British Virgin Islands, the Seychelles, and on it goes. So find countries like that operate territorial tax systems and incorporate your businesses there if you want to enjoy tax maximization to the fullest. But if, on the other hand, you do not want to register offshore companies in these outside countries, then you can also register in Nigeria, but then take full advantage of those deductible expenses, or take full advantage of the various incentives and exemptions that you have to minimize the tax liabilities that you would have. Tax efficiency strategy number 4. This one is to use tax professionals for compliance. Now, I understand that a lot of people want to DIY certain things because you think and you feel and you know that ChatGPT does everything and knows everything. But please tread with caution. Tread with caution. Try as much as you're able, when you're able, to use a tax consultant, a tax professional, to ensure that you are planning the appropriate tax strategy, number 1, and that you are keeping up with your compliance. This helps you and this saves you a whole lot. Trust me, it really, really does. To recap, we've gone over the essential taxes that every single business needs to know about. We've gone over the common mistakes that businesses make and how you can avoid making those tax mistakes. And we've also discussed the tax efficiency strategies to implement to fully maximize taxation in all its beautiful glory. But what can you do right now? Right now, as we are right now, what can you do? The very first thing that you can do is to verify your tax ID with Tax Pro Max. If you have not verified, or if you have a tax ID that you are not sure if it's working, you've never used it before, you've never even checked it before, then please go on the FIRS website. Just run a quick Google search, FIRS website Nigeria, and it's one of the first or the second link that pops up. Check it, verify your tax ID there. If it shows you that there are no records, then that means you actually need to go to an FIRS office to verify it with the FIRS. Now, again, that one depends. If your company was registered before 2023, then you'd actually physically have to go to their office to register. But if your company was registered from 2023 down till like today, then you would have already been automatically enrolled into Tax Pro Max. All you need to do is check your email for the day that your company was registered, and you got a tax ID. Check your email. That same day, you would have received a mail from Tax Pro Max. Check your spam. Most likely it will be there, because a lot of the times with a lot of my clients, they'll find out, oh, the mail entered spam. So check your mail. Make sure that your tax ID is and has been verified by Tax Pro Max. Now, once you have verified and ensured that, okay, my tax ID is actually functional and working, click on the link in the mail, or don't click on the link in the mail because of phishing and all these other scams and whatnot. Go to Google, run a quick search, Tax Pro Max Nigeria, and the website will pop up. Enter your tax details, and voila, you will see your entire tax records there. Every single thing from top to bottom will pop out, and you will see how much tax you're owing, whether it's VAT or corporate income tax, withholding tax, whatever it is. You will see every single thing there, and then you can take it to a tax consultant. If you know how to do it yourself, then please, by all means, enjoy yourself. If you don't, then please take it to a tax consultant who actually knows what they're doing, and they would help you figure it out. That's the very first thing that you should do right now. In fact, as you're watching this video, do it right now. Check it right now. Check it right now. Put this video, keep it playing on your phone. Open up your laptop, open up your tab, whatever it is that you have. Split your screen if you're using just your phone, and check it right now. Is to begin to track your expenses. Now, if you have a business bank account, open up your business bank account, see your inflows, see your outflows, and itemize which ones can qualify as VAT, to keep appropriate records of it so that you are not overpaying or underpaying. Now, once you've done that for VAT, note also what are your allowable business expenses so that you're not going and overpaying taxes that you are ordinarily meant to deduct. So that's the very second thing you can do right now. The first thing, verify your tax ID, check that, it's actually functional. Open up Tax Pro Max and see your entire tax history there. Second thing that you can do is open up your bank statement and itemize what are allowable business expenses and what are taxable under VAT. The third thing that you can do right now is to file your VAT, or to file your withholding tax, or to file your personal income tax, or whatever other tax that you have to file, is to file it now. Because now we are right smack dab in the window to file your corporate income tax and all other taxes that you have. This is the best time to file it because we are within the 6-month gap. So file those taxes right now. That's the third thing you need to do. The fourth thing you need to do is to take advantage of all of your tax incentives. And to do that, to even know what the incentives are, leads us to step number 5, which is to consult a tax expert to do all of that for you. And I think I have been able to successfully break down and simplify taxation for you as a business or as a startup. Again, these are taxes that apply to all businesses, all niches, all industries at whatever stage of growth that you are in. Now, depending on your industry, there will be some specific taxes that are applicable to you. When you engage with your tax expert, your tax consultant, he or she will throw more light and give you more information on the specific taxes that you are meant to pay. But for now, those are the general strategies, the general mistakes, and the general taxes that any business, regardless of age, stage, and industry, needs to know about. I hope you have found this video useful, valuable, and enlightening. I hope that it has taught you something. If you did, please don't forget to like this video so that it will be shared to more amazing people just like yourself. I look forward to seeing you in the next videos. Bye.